All right, so Ernie's back again. Say hi, Ernie.
I'm literally doing the same thing you are. I'm just like walking around a fucking Diablo.
Dude, I'm not even playing CS:GO right now. I don't really care. I don't want to right now. But anyways, this was back when I was like, I'd say not five, maybe eight-ish. I was around 8 years old, and me and my family took a trip down to Disney World because Disney World is the best place on freaking Earth. Well, for kids at least. And so we were there for a week. Let me
Yeah, I was
first.
like,
It was actually really funny. Like the whole week was just like
I
funny for
mean,
me because
oh, I
for
actually kind of thought of something, but yeah.
here's just a little side story. We went to Disney World, right? And you know the Tower of Terror, right, Anthony?
Yeah, I know that shit.
Yeah, I went on it. I was like 8, by the way, so don't laugh. Well, you can't laugh at me. I don't care. So I went on it with my dad and everything, and I had a blast on that thing. I was scared a little though, and like I the ride stops. Like, we get to the bottom. I take one step out of the cart and I start bawling my eyes out, dude.
It's the Rick and Morty scene. It's legit.
Literally, except my dad wasn't screaming. He was more probably embarrassed by
Ah,
me.
ah.
But
Wait, no, that's classic Colin. Like when you fell off your bike,
shut up.
you always wait to scream.
You know, I think I'm just gonna play that scene right now.
Ah! Ah! Oh my god! Ah!
All right, so no, so we had a blast at Disney World and everything. We had fun. I actually got a little scar under my eye because I got a toy Nemo thrown at my eye. Uh,
Toy amoeba,
no, toy Nemo. Like,
Nemo, like
yeah, I had like
yeah.
this friend at Disney World for like 2 hours, maybe not even. And we were just tossing a toy Nemo back and forth, and it hit me in the eye, and I started bleeding. But no, so I had a fun time at Disney World and everything, Noah, and so did my family. And this was the last day. This was right before we're gonna leave. I got lost at Disney World. I got freaking lost at the pool looking for my family. And one of the staff members just looks at me and like comes up to me and was like, "Hey, do you need to find your family and stuff? Are you lost?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And just like
This is triggering a few stories. I'm gonna like write them fucking down because like I'm
uh,
gonna forget this shit.
uh like you tell one story and I'll tell one story, you tell one
I,
story. Well, wait till like
I gotta
next
write
time.
some shit down though.
Yeah, like
I got a lot of stories you're reminding me of now.
yeah, 2 stories per episode, dude. 2 stories.
Uh-huh.
And so I got lost at Disney World and like the staff member was helping me find my family. Like we looked all around the pool, we looked towards the apartments. This all took like an hour, by the way. Like this took an hour pretty much.
I forgot the first one you meant. Oh,
And it's like so and then and by the way, I looked where my family was and I couldn't see them. Like I didn't see my family where they
sorry.
were. I know, I'm freaking retarded. And so we turn back and we look at the apartments and everything, see if my family's there. Nope, not there. And it's just like the most ridiculous thing is too, it's like we're like, okay, well we'll just head back to the main area, which is where my family was, and we'll wait for your family there. And as you know it, my family's there, and like they're all worried, hugging me, and I'm like crying. I'm like, I didn't mean to get lost. I didn't mean to do it.
How long were you lost for?
I was lost for like an hour, dude.
Okay, okay.
But it was
So you
on the.
lost for like 3 minutes.
It was literally the day we were gonna leave, though. Like we were right about to leave before I got lost. It was horrible. All right, all right. It's your turn to tell the story, though.
Prepare yourself.
I am prepared.
No, I don't think you are. I'm about to tell you the origin story.
Nah,
Let's tell you the goddamn
Overwatch
origin story.
Origins.
I was at Disney
Oh boy, another Disney.
2007, 10 years ago. almost to the date. It was in like, no, it was in December. It was in like the beginning of December, but yeah, it's only a few months away, so fuck it. Almost a full 10 years ago. And sounds like the fucking Animal Kingdom or some bullshit, right? I think it was the Animal Kingdom. I don't even know. So I got this fucking Mickey hat, right? Like this fucking ball cap Mickey hat. I was so hyped, right? And so I went. You know the Mount Everest ride.
No, I don't think so, but I do know the ride with like the Yeti or whatever it is.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm going on this shit. I'm like, all right, I was like, I was with my grandfather, right? He's like, you wouldn't go on that. I was like, fuck yeah, I would. Like, fuck you, me, B. He's like, oh shit, really? I'm like, yeah. So he's like, you're serious? And he asks me this question because, all right, I'll tell you that other story later because I ain't got time for this. Actually, no, I'll tell you now because it's short. So I was at SeaWorld with my mom, and they were selling food for the dolphins, and I was like, all right, I want to feed the dolphins, Ma. She's like, nah. I was like, why can't I feed the dolphins? Like, they're hungry. She's like, dolphins are rude. I was like, fuck you mean, B? Like, you're rude. You won't let me feed them. She's like, but you actually have to feed it to them. I'm like, yeah, I understand what feeding the dolphins means, Ma. She's like, yeah. So she buys the fucking food for, like, expensive as fuck, obviously, because it's, like, some tourist shit. And it's, like, fucking, like, little fish. Like, just, like, dead, raw-ass fish. Not even cut up or anything, just fish in there in like this little plastic like carton or paper carton, sorry. And I'm like, fuck is this? I'm like, this is either dead fish. I'm not touching this. She's like, you wanted to feed the dolphins? I'm like, I'm not touching it. Like, make me. She's like, okay. She's like, all right. And I like fucking run away, right? So she fucking had to feed the goddamn dolphins. She hates fucking dolphins. She hates like fish. She like touching like dead. Yeah. So she had to fucking feed it, which is hilarious. And my dad like walked away too. He was like, I ain't feeding that shit. You could do it. He's like, you're the one who let him. You're the one who bought him the fish. So yeah, that was the thing, and that's the reason why he's like, are you actually gonna do it though? You're gonna wait until like we wait in this line for like 45 minutes and then want to? I'm like, nah. So I get up there, right? I get on the ride. I'm like, this is, I can do this shit. And then I start fucking going up, right? I'm like, alright. And then we like get near the top. I'm like, he's like, you scared? I'm like, fuck no. We start going down and we're spiraling down. It's like fucking all this shit. And then like, there's fucking, you just like see the damn Yeti. And it like fucking like rips the track, right? And like actually there's no track in front of you. And I'm like, I look at him slowly, and he looks at me, right? And I just look him in the eye and go, you're right. I want to get off. He goes, we can't get off. I go, I want to get the fuck off. He's like, because we're about to go over this. Like, there's no track. And because it's part of the ride. Yeah. And I'm like, no, fuck this. I'm about to jump out the fucking thing. He grabs my fucking arm, and the thing stops. Like, just jams to a stop. I'm like, is there time to jump? Like, we gotta take this opportunity. We can climb down now. We don't even have to jump. He's like, no, we're not fucking. The ride just like, and then obviously the roller coaster just like goes backwards and goes down really fast, and that's the whole like idea of it. It's like, oh, like tricks you. It's like spooky twist ending, but yeah, dude, I was ready to fucking jump. So we get off the damn thing, and fucking, I was like dead there for a minute. Like I don't even know. And then I get off. He goes, so were you scared? I go, nah. He goes, would you go again? I'm like, yeah. Want to go? He's like, no. He's like, no. No, obviously, because I wanted to fucking climb down. But at least that's I only wanted to go back because I knew that it was a fake thing. But so at that point I did, at least. So we get off and I go see like fucking Jiminy Cricket or whatever, and he signs my Mickey hat, my dank ass Mickey hat I got, and So I'm like, oh shit, look at that thing. And I'm like, look at that thing. And my parents are like, what the fuck are you pointing at? Goats. Just goats everywhere, right? I'm like, oh shit. 10 years ago, dude, I was obsessed with these goddamn goats. I was like, no, we gotta go see the goats. They're like, no, we're gonna see the goats. I'm like, no, ma, we're going to see the fucking goats. She's like, all right, we'll go see the goats. So I go over to see the goats. I'm like, can I feed the goats? She's like, you can't fucking feed the goats. I was like, no, ma, I'm gonna feed the goats. Like, she's like, no, this is the dolphins. I go, ma, these aren't dolphins. These are goats. Like, you don't understand. These are goats. And she's like, all right. So I feed the goddamn goats. And I was like happy as fuck. And this is like the best time of my life.
Mhm.
And then, you know, this is like 10 years ago. It's the origin story. Whether or not that's related to my goat obsession, I don't know, but probably.
I just want to.
I honestly,
Okay, wait. You go. You go.
semi recently, like within the past few years, I became like incredibly obsessed with goats.
Yeah.
Again, I wasn't even thinking about that time back in like 2007. It's just, it's like I don't even know if it's related or not, but like I don't know. I was obsessed with them goats, bro. What are you saying?
All right. So I actually have like something to add to that Yeti.
I call it the origin story.
the Yeti ride. I actually went on that too when I went to Disneyland. And the thing is, I was terrified to go on it when I was that age. I was like, no, screw that. I'm not going on that fucking thing.
I wasn't even scared at all until we got to that part.
No.
No, I looked at him and I said, "This is what I said." I said, "We're getting off." I think that's what I said.
But no, I was like, Dad, I don't want to do this. And I was like, if you get me a Yeti, I'll do this. Because they had that little Yeti gift shop, remember? Like right at the front.
Uh-huh.
And I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, okay, I'll give you a Yeti if you ride the whole thing. And I was like, okay, yeah, I'll do it. And like, I get on the ride, I'm like scared to death, but I'm also like hyped because I'm like, I'm gonna get a Yeti. Yeah, fuck yeah, I'm gonna get a Yeti. And it's just like, we go through the whole ride. I'm screaming at the top of my lungs, like, I want that Yeti. You know, like that was my main priority. And the thing is, like, I get through the whole ride. I'm hyped to get that Yeti. And guess what happens?
You didn't get Yeti?
I never got the Yeti.
Oh, he pranked you?
You freaking paid me, dude. I was pissed that day.
That sucks.
I was so upset, dude.
I can't tell this story, and I'm not going to. This will never be a story that I will tell. But I did get them to stop one of the rides once.
Really? I want to.
I'll tell you what ride it is, but I'm not going to tell you how or why.